back to the grind. In this video, we're going to talk about the basics of fight pits and how it works, how you score points, and how you can benefit your team and your personal score. In the fight pits, you will be placed in a pit at the start, and the top teams will be promoted to the next pit. There are a total of 4 pits, and the top pit is the Coliseum. If your team continues to win and be promoted, you will end up in the Coliseum, where you can potentially earn more points. Each pit lasts a total of 6 hours, and at the end of that, the rankings will determine who advances to the next pit. The cost to purchase energy refreshes with each 6 hours, so you can buy new energy refills with each pit. You want to balance your point scoring at the beginning of the round, as well as having enough energy to score points at the end of the round to maintain your rank. So now we'll discuss the details that determines what your score is. So as you can see, at the top it says starting VP. That's how much you start with at the beginning of the round. The minimum payout is, we'll talk about that more later. It'll increase with each higher arena. Below that, you have the current points, the current VP. That will determine your standing in the arena against other teams. And then the base VP, that's the amount of points that is still able to be stolen from you. Next to that will be the minimum payout, which for the pit is 0, but as you go up, it will increase. And then beside that is the percent. So that is the percentage of the minimum that you've achieved so far, 1% for every attack that's been done by your team. So 83% of, let's say, an arena with a 100,000 point minimum, with 83 attacks, you'd get 83%, which is 83,000. Once you get to 100 attacks, you get the full minimum points. And that means that if you happen to score less than the minimum after the arena is over, then you will get at least that minimum. So if the round ends and you only have 80,000 points, but you've done 100% of your 100,000 point minimum, you'll still get the 100,000 points. And then next to that, you have the pit bonus. That is the amount of bonus points you've earned so far in the round. And next to that is the active percent. That is the current percentage that you will get as a bonus on each attack done at that time. So if you do an attack for 100 points with a 44% active bonus, you'll get an additional 44 points that goes to the pit bonus, which goes to your total score for ranking, but is not able to be stolen by the other team. So here's a few examples of the bonus points with no inner fire, and then with an additional inner fire, you get that same amount multiplied. So the inner fires multiply the amount of points you get for the pit bonus as well, and then it also is a percentage based on the wildfire attacks as well. So now let's take a closer look at that pit bonus. In the bottom right hand corner, you can see there's about 12,000 so far at the 44%. Just zoom in on that to make it clear. And so that means that every attack you do at that time will give you 44% bonus points to that pit bonus. And that's early on in the round. Now you can see there's only an hour and a half left in the round. That bonus has decayed to 16%. Every attack you do at that point will only give an additional 16% towards that pit bonus. Now here you can see how the stealable points versus the non-stealable points affect ranking. You can be higher up on the ranking while having less stealable points based on the amount of pit bonus you've earned for your team. And now let's take a closer look at the minimum payout. So for this, the keep, the minimum payout is 50,000 points, which means you can earn a minimum of 50,000 points if you do 100 attacks as a team. In the bottom middle there, you can see so far we have earned 29% of the minimum payout, which equals 14.5 thousand points. If we do a total of 100 attacks, we'll get 100%. So that's 50,000 minimum payout. So if our base VP ends up being 40,000, and we have a pit bonus of 20,000, and we've done the 100% of the minimum payout, we will still receive the minimum payout because the minimum payout is based on the base VP. So if we get less than 50,000 points at the end of the round in base VP, we will be awarded the 50,000 minimum payout plus the additional pit bonus. So that means you would get, if we got a 20,000 pit bonus and ended with 40,000 base VP, we would get the 50,000 minimum payout plus 20,000 pit bonus, ending with 70,000 VP towards our team's score for that round. So I hope this was helpful, and good luck in the next pit event.